Concerned SpaceX Elon Musk was talking with Russia's Vladimir Putin. What were they talking about? Let's dig in. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of fireside. So good, that smokiness. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a technology day. We're gonna be talking about SpaceX and Elon Musk and Vladimir Putin over there in Russia. A Wall Street Journal article came out. I was reading through it and it kind of like throws Elon under the bus, stating that he was having many conversations with Vladimir Putin. And a few of the conversations were said to be about Taiwan and how he should not put SpaceX Starlink over there in Taiwan. And they were saying that maybe that's because Putin wants to get in good with China. This article gets in a little bit deeper and it speaks about Bill Nelson, of course, talking about this, who is NASA's administrator currently and what he thinks about it. And I just want to know what you think. Do you think that this is real? Or do you think that this is like another Russia, whereas later on proved to be a bunch of bull? I mean, what do you think? Do you think that this is real? At the end, I'm going to give you my take on it. But more importantly, I want to hear from you. What do you think down below? Do you think that this is an issue? Also, if you're shy and you don't want to put anything down there, that's fine. Just put an emoji. Just so I know that you actually were here and listened to the video. That would be awesome. Any emoji, I don't care what it is. A rocket ship, a satellite, a poop emoji. It's fine. Anything that you put there is very, very helpful for the channel. Anyways, we're gonna get into this article, but before we do, I wanna say that if you enjoy the content, throw it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're not, if you are, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Click this little notification button so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And if you want any of my ebooks that are free, go over to JCristina.com/books. They are free just for you being here. A lot of good information over there. Also, if you want to say thank you for all of my hard work, there's a thank you button right down here. You can click on that, give $1 or $2 if you like. If not, that's perfectly fine. The video is still free. Consider becoming a member of the channel. That would be even better. And finally, if you want more Starlink content, I think I have about 350 videos put together just for you. I'll put a link over here. Don't click on it yet. I'll put a link here. Click on that when you're done watching this video and you'll find a whole bunch of helpful how-tos, tips, tricks, what to do, what not to do, what to buy, what not to buy, and more importantly, the why behind all of it, because this channel has always been about the why. And actually, that's what we're going to get into here, the why. The article was written by Space News, but it was kind of abbreviating, let's say, abridging the Wall Street Journal report. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson voiced concerns over reports that SpaceX CEO Elon Musk has held discussions with Russia's President Vladimir Putin. Nelson's comments at the Semaphores World Economy Summit on October 25th were the strongest public critique yet of Musk, whose company NASA depends on for crew transportation to the International Space Station and launching major missions. Fact. In an onstage interview, Nelson responded to a Wall Street Journal article that alleged Musk engaged in regular conversations with Putin over the past 2 years, starting after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. We have to put that in there. Starting after Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. The report cited Americans, European, and Russia officials suggest those talks included a request from Putin for SpaceX to avoid activating Starlink over Taiwan, as Russia sought support from China. Interesting. SpaceX does not provide Starlink service in Taiwan, and it's unclear if the request was a factor. Now, that's kind of a stupid statement because going forward in the article, we see that SpaceX actually answered this question. SpaceX, in an October 25th, the same day, SpaceX on October 25th social media post called the article, quote, incredibly misleading, noting that Taiwan has not given SpaceX a license to operate Starlink and still imposes foreign ownership limitations. Now, I'll get into that in just a minute, what the heck that even means, but it's very important. Quote, SpaceX has not accepted such a condition for any market where it operates. This has nothing to do with Russia or China, the company stated. Once again, this is the exact same day that this article came out, which was the 25th. Quote, I do not know if this story is true, Nelson said at the conference, but if it was the case and multiple conversations were made between Elon Musk and the president of Russia, it would be concerning, particularly for NASA and the Department of Defense, the DoD, and intelligence agencies. Absolutely. While Musk has previously criticized the Biden administration and endorsed Donald Trump, Nelson has avoided directly criticizing him. Instead, he frequently highlights that his dealings with SpaceX are mainly through Gwen Shotwell, the company's COO, who manages daily operations while Musk drives the broader vision. Quote, the good news is that Elon leaves SpaceX's day-to-day running to Gwen Shotwell, and she is fantastic, Nelson remarked during a July 30th Politico event. Quote, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the success of the Falcon 9. He noted that he does speak with Elon Musk occasionally, as well as Jeff Bezos of Blue Origin, and finds both agreeable and understanding of NASA's goals. At the SEM4 event, Nelson prefaced his concerns about Musk-Putin reports by emphasizing Shotwell's critical role. Quote, NASA's dealing with SpaceX are primarily with Gwen Shotwell. Elon Musk leaves it to her to run SpaceX, and they have been phenomenally successful. Absolutely. This is what he said before discussing the implications of the reported conversations. So, once again, this is a Space News report, but it's based on a Wall Street Journal, their RAGS report on what was going on between Elon Musk and Putin. And they were stating that they had this conversation or multiple conversations, and one of them actually had Putin request that Musk did not put SpaceX over Taiwan. This was a way supposedly for Putin to get kind of in bed a little bit deeper with China. But is that really the case? So I was kind of researching a little bit about this. And, my thoughts on this to begin with is that, do I think that Vladimir did have conversations with Elon? Absolutely. Do I think Elon Musk has spoken with numerous presidents of countries around the world over the last 4 years trying to get SpaceX Starlink into their country? Absolutely. Do I think that Vladimir would have asked Elon Musk something like not putting any of his service into Taiwan? Yeah, it's possible. It's definitely a possibility. But do I think that Elon would have complied? Absolutely not. I would say 99.9% chance the answer would be no. Now, the question is Taiwan. What is the issue then? Why does Taiwan not have service as they stated here? Almost using it as a means of saying, see? Elon hasn't given Taiwan service. And of course, we can read in there that they're stating that, listen, they have rules and regulations that prohibit us from giving Taiwan any service. Now, I looked those rules and regulations up because that's what I do here. And basically what Taiwan does is that it regulates the amount of ownership any company, any foreign company could have on companies that are in their country that are associated with major sectors, like for example here, telecommunications. So what that means, only a certain percentage of the ownership of that company in that country can be from that foreign body, meaning that SpaceX's division in Taiwan had to be, let's say, 51% ownership of Taiwan, right? A company within Taiwan. They would lose control over SpaceX Starlink in Taiwan. Elon Musk will never, absolutely never concede to something like that. So are there any other countries that do something similar? Yeah, I looked that up too. Indonesia, Australia, Russia, China, and India. Now, India really shows up a lot on my feed. I read continuous articles speaking about Elon Musk talking to the president, to the officials in India, trying to get SpaceX Starlink to India. But India has a similar type of regulation that only 49% of a company can be owned by a foreign source that is in their country. And definitely when it comes to the internet, that is just not going to happen. Supposedly. Well, this conversation has been going on over there with India for, God, it's got to be 6 months or more. I don't even report on it because I'm sick of it. To be honest, I don't even care if SpaceX Starlink goes to India or not, because literally I've probably read 100 articles about this problem that they're having, trying to get SpaceX Starlink into India for the exact same regulatory reasons. And I don't think that they're bad reasons, but there's a reason behind them. And the reason behind them is, number one, protecting national security of their country. But number two, one of the biggest reasons is for maintaining local control. Now, local control is very, very important for these companies. And of course, you want to prevent foreign monopolies. That's obviously important. But the control, especially when it comes to the internet, controlling that narrative, what information gets into the country, what information gets out of the country, is massive for these countries that are either communist or highly socialist in nature. They don't want information freely flowing into their country. They need a spigot. They want to control that flow and change it if necessary, change the narrative if they have to. And that's why they don't allow SpaceX into some of these countries. That's just the way it's going to be moving forward in perpetuity. Australia is a big one, right? So they also have this foreign investment thing where they have limits to the amount of a company that a foreign body can own, right? But there's always a but behind it. And there can be, let's say, concessions made, right, between the two parties. And that's why we see Elon Musk speaking with the president over there in India over the last 6 months, trying to get SpaceX Starlink over there. I don't even know. Maybe they already have it over there by now. I don't pay attention anymore. Like I said, it just got to be old after a while. If India gets SpaceX Starlink, good for them. If they don't, good for them also. That's my personal opinion on it. But anyways, my question to you is, what do you think about this? All right. Do you think that it's a problem with SpaceX Starlink's Elon Musk talking to other presidents, other leaders of different countries all over the world? Or do you think that it's kind of benign because he needs to do that to be able to get his service into those countries? Also, do you think that Vlad over there would say, hey, don't give Taiwan any service because I'm asking you to? Let's say to up his stock with China. Also, if he did, do you think that Elon would ever comply with that request? So down below, I want to hear from you. And like I said before, if you don't want to write something down there, just put like an emoji. That is perfectly fine. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, throw it a thumbs up. That's very helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. If you are, I appreciate that. Head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the many years, and my merch and my tees and my shirts and my books and everything else. Take a look over there at JCristina.com. If there's something that fancies you, pick it up and help support me and my family. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.